I was gonna sort of debate within my head as to whether or not this was actually a video we were gonna make, especially after Vegas Golden Knights GM Kelly McCrimmon came on and had his own thoughts on this topic. But then I thought, hey, even if the Vegas Golden Knights go out there and they dismiss these ideas, yada yada yada, what that means is that this situation is all of a sudden drama. Right now we have ourselves some goaltending drama with the Vegas Golden Knights, and apparent insider information that was leaked to the media by Frank Seravalli. This is the article he posted on dailyfaceoff.com that got everybody, myself included, kind of freaking out, saying, okay, what the hell is going on here? Vegas, man, how can you guys even think about doing this? We had been seeing, by the way, the loop-de-loop, the roundabout of players going from Toronto to Montreal to Vegas, back to Toronto, and Adam Brooks. That cycle might continue tomorrow because Brooks was placed on the waivers today again. But another player that might be on a similar path is one Marc-Andre Fleury, Chicago Blackhawks goaltender and former Vegas Golden Knight. Icebreakers. Golden Knights have expressed interest in Marc-Andre Fleury reunion, according to Frank Seravalli a few days ago on dailyfaceoff.com. What he did was publish this article, and he wrote the entire thing over here. The link will be in the description. We're going to be reading a few of these quotes over here. While all eyes are fixed on Jack Eichel, who is set to make his Golden Knights debut on Wednesday night against the best in West Colorado Avalanche, thanks in part to a timely injury to Mark Stone. By the way, that did happen yesterday. Very big congrats to Jack Eichel. There is perhaps a more interesting situation brewing in the Vegas crease. GM Kelly McCrimmon has indicated on Monday that goaltender Robin Lehner has an upper body injury, which sources say is a torn labrum in his shoulder that will eventually require surgery. Lehner underwent a procedure in the same shoulder on October 2020. He may be able to battle through to finish the season, though that much is not certain. Because of this uncertainty with Robin Lehner, Kelly McCrimmon and the Golden Knights have been working the phones to gauge the availability of goaltenders around the league. And this is where it gets juicy. Team sources with dailyfaceoff.com say the Golden Knights have expressed interest in a potential reunion with goaltender Marc-Andre Fleury. Yes, you read that correctly. The same Vezina Trophy winning netminder that the Golden Knights traded for nothing last July, unceremoniously dumping the face of the franchise. Will it happen? Well, there's a lot to unpack here. Now, the article then goes over in an entire analysis as to the situation, Fleury, what's going on with him, Chicago, Vegas, etc., etc. But Marc-Andre Fleury was literally traded for nothing. And, okay, I say nothing. No, he was traded for a player that was eventually waived and terminated from the Vegas Golden Knights system. Prospect Mikhail Hakkarainen was the return, and as I said, he did indeed get terminated. Now, this pretty much means that Marc-Andre Fleury, current Chicago Blackhawks goaltender, former Vezina winner, and I say former, I mean reigning, and a guy who was going out there being still pretty good in the crease. He's got a .910 save percentage this year and a .288 goals against in 36 games played, which sure, those numbers are not the best he has had in his career, but they are better than what he had in 1920 when he was still playing on Vegas. He's playing on a bad Chicago team right now, so there definitely is the benefit of the doubt here for Fleury. He's 37 years old, still making $7 million till the end of this year. He has been discussed about in many trade talks for many different teams. Edmonton, Colorado, pretty much every team that's gone out there looking for a goalie, we have seen been sort of, in any respect, linked to Fleury. Now, for Vegas, this entire Robin Lehner thing comes at the opportune time to give ourselves even more discussion fodder in probably the most crazy hypothetical that we have seen so far. Fleury going to Edmonton, okay, that's an idea. Fleury going to Colorado, okay, that's an idea. But Fleury going back to Vegas, that's the big one. And it was so big that we had ourselves Kelly McCrimmon actually going out there and saying here on Twitter, okay, no, not on Twitter, but the quote is on Twitter here, there's absolutely no credence to that rumor at all. I wouldn't normally speak officially on such things, but there will be so much racket about this, it's important to let people know that's not going to happen. And what's even funnier is that even though this was said by Kelly McCrimmon, even though this is the status quo of the Vegas Golden Knights, okay, no, we're not going after Fleury. We're not going after this guy. No credence to that rumor. Even though they said that, everybody in the replies is like, okay, great. So I can't wait till this actually happens. Okay, thanks for the heads up, Kelly McCrimmon. I'll be tweeting this again when you actually get this guy back. Vegas is in such a strange territory when it comes to pretty much just Murphy's Law-ing everything, you know? Like, everything that can happen with this Vegas team apparently does happen, and what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You guys get Jack Eichel, you guys put Stone on the LTIR, you guys lose out on Brooks, he goes back to Toronto. It's a very crazy cycle as to what happens with the Vegas Golden Knights and their roster turnover. So when it comes to the GM coming out here and shutting down all Marc-Andre Fleury trade speculation, the response is like, okay, cool. We'll see him in a few weeks, aren't we? And I think it's so funny how that is the immediate default response by everybody who has been looking at this, because it's so ridiculous, and it happens to be Vegas, that it just might manifest. You know, I hate manifesting. I hate that idea. Oh, I'm gonna use the sparkly, twinkly emojis and say it out loud. I'm gonna win $1 million. I'm gonna win $1 million. I'm gonna win $1 million. And that's gonna manifest it into existence. I personally think there's a lot more things you could properly waste your breath on, but when it comes to Fleury and the Golden Knights, it's so ridiculous that I kind of wanted to go out there and make this entire video. The rest of the Daily Faceoff article goes over how Fleury is not alone on a list of potential targets. Per sources, the Golden Knights have also expressed interest in Alexander Georgiev, and okay, I mean, that one's not as fun as Fleury, but apparently that's an option as well. Vegas would need to make the money work, as Fleury would also be the most expensive goaltender available, though the Golden Knights could also move Lehner's $5 million salary cap hit to LTIR to create room for a replacement if needed. Fleury is a pending UFA, yada yada yada. This is where the article really starts to hit hard, though. The next and likely biggest question is, though, would Fleury want to return to Vegas? Oh, baby. There would be many fences to mend. Fleury did not hold back in expressing his disappointment in the way his departure was managed by Kelly McCrimmon. The Golden Knights fanbase did not either. On the other hand, though, in a league where there are real concerns about the on-ice success of mid-season trades of goaltenders, Fleury's potential to quickly find comfort with his old teammates and old coaching system would make a ton of sense. He's been great statistically. We already noted that his overall save percentage profile is pretty great. Off the ice, it would be nearly as seamless a fit, as he was a popular teammate and he was beloved in the market that was a city where he admitted he considered settling after his playing career was over. There is indeed a little bit more in this article over here talking about the agent, Alan Walsh, yada yada yada, Lehner still injured, so you can go ahead, click the link in the description and read about it yourself, but talk to me in the comments as well. What do you think about this idea of Marc-Andre Fleury potentially being a target, and Kelly McCrimmon's pretty much battle cry into the media saying, no, that's not the case? My concern here sort of lies in the fact that we had this article published by Seravalli in the first place, because Seravalli has been one of the most connected NHL insiders in the past few years here. I still don't forgive the guy for ruining everybody's Seattle Kraken expansion draft experience because he leaked the entire thing hours before it aired. This guy knows what he's talking about, and if there are sources in the Vegas Golden Knights system that are telling to him, yeah, we're kind of looking at Fleury again, only for the GM to go out there and say, okay, no, we're not doing this, it kind of makes me interested as to where this entire idea came from. Is Kelly McCrimmon pulling off a regular, just NHL GM move where he's saying, okay, no, that's not true, we're not going to do that? It's Marc Bergevin going out there and saying we're not going to trade Subban, and then trading Subban. It happens all the time, right? GMs lie. Who knows if Vegas was even talking about this in the first place? Maybe I saw some other people trying to speculate the big brainness of this entire idea. Maybe Vegas was kind of thinking, okay, we want to talk to Fleury, but we feel bad. Like, I don't know how we're going to mend that bridge. It's a tough one because we treated the guy so poorly. Let's go out there and tell Frank Seravalli that we want to talk to Fleury again. He'll leak it to the media, and then the fans are going to start talking about it. The media in Chicago is going to ask him about it. And all of a sudden, there is our in. There is our gateway. There's the... Oh boy, I hate that I'm going to say it. This is us lubricating this idea before we go straight in there because we don't want to poke the bear. He still might be angry at us. This is kind of damage control before the fact. Or is there an entire idea that says that maybe the agent, Alan Walsh, we've known he's able to go out there and talk to NHL people before about his client. Maybe he's trying to set something up. But of course, Seravalli did say it's a Vegas source that's talking about this stuff, so either way, talk to me in the comments what do you think about the Vegas Golden Knights and Marc-Andre Fleury. Apparently they're interested in him. McCrimmon comes out here and says no, but fans don't really believe it. Could you see a trade going down? Do you want a trade to go back down? What do you think a trade will cost if Fleury goes back to Vegas, and how do you think it's going to get done with that salary cap? Let me know in the comments all your thoughts. I hope you enjoyed. This was your Trolls 99, and bye.